Here's the truth. The major labels are losing the sync race right now. But what's even more important is who they're losing it to. They're losing it to independent artists. If you're an independent artist, producer, or songwriter, this should make you really excited because the playing field has never been more even than it is right now. In fact, in most cases, you actually have the advantage. So I'm going to go through and detail the reasons why this is the case and give you some tips on how you can get a leg up in the sync space. Reason number one is clearance issues. So basically, when a music supervisor wants to clear a record from a major label artist, they have to usually go not only to the label, but they also have to go to whatever publisher that artist is signed to. And a lot of times they'll have to go through, 3, 4, even sometimes 6 different parties to be able just to get the record cleared so that they can use it. That is a massive headache for supervisors, especially when they're trying to turn something around quick. Emails start flying around, lawyers get involved, publishers, labels, managers. It's like by the time everybody signs off on it, sometimes the opportunity for that sync actually completely passes. They don't make the deadline in time. You have to understand that in TV especially, these deadlines could be hours. Like you don't have a week to email everybody and get clearance. Like they need it now and they need it fast. So major labels are inherently at a massive disadvantage here. Reason number 2 is budget constraints. Major labels will usually have rate cards that are not negotiable. So they won't budge on the fee that they demand for a certain song in their catalog. So if a TV show has a music budget of 50 grand and then that one song from the major label costs them 50 grand, it's just not even feasible. So these major label tracks can eat up an entire project's music budget and they only get 1 or 2 songs out of it. It's not going to work. This is actually the exact reason why we get so many emails from music supervisors looking for replacements or alts to songs. So for instance, they'll say, hey, we're looking for alts for Humble by Kendrick Lamar that will only cost us 15 or 20 grand instead of paying 500,000 for the actual song. Reason number 3 is risk avoidance. The last thing a music supervisor wants to do is go and get a song all the way to the finish line, send it to the editor, they want to use it, and then all of a sudden it gets put out and then they get sued. Or the brand that they're working for gets sued because there's parties that were unknowingly involved in the song that come out of the woodwork when they hear the song pop up on TV or pop up in a film. And they go, hey, I worked on that song. And the major labels didn't do their due diligence to make sure that all this stuff was actually properly cleared to begin with. Now, as an independent artist, especially if you're the producer and the writer, or you have a great relationship with your one producer you use and you're an artist and you guys go 50-50 on stuff, for the most part, if you're pitching your own music, you're going to know that your stuff is good to go. Like there wasn't any uncleared samples involved. You have a good relationship with the producer. You know that they're not doing any shady stuff in the background or anything is going to come up and bite you in the ass after the fact. And this kind of rolls into the idea of one-stop music, one-stop clearance. So music supervisors love working with indies because especially if you're an independent artist that has agreement signed with your producer that you work with on a consistent basis, that says you can pitch this song, it's all cleared, all of the writer IPI numbers are in there and there's no uncleared samples. Like music supervisors love to work with people who have what's called one-stop privileges, meaning you're the only person they have to come to sign off on the song and get it cleared. It's just fast, efficient, and this is a huge leg up for independent artists in the sync space. Reason number 4 is speed and reliability. Like you can respond to an email in 15 minutes. You can send stems, alternate versions, anything that music supervisor or editor needs from you quickly. They know that you're going to be on the ball with it. At a major label, they'll give you the full runaround and just send you through different email chains, checking with the producer, the engineer, the songwriter, and it just takes too much time. So if you actually build up a good relationship with a supervisor and you're constantly able to go back and forth with them in a timely manner, that's a massive advantage for you as well. Reason number 5 is you have the fresh factor. A lot of times music supervisors don't want the already famous track. They're looking for that song that's bubbling, that's about to be the next hot shit. that they want to be be credited as the person that found this song. Music supervisors take a lot of pride in breaking a song by placing it in a project that they're working on. And simply put, indies say yes to smaller placements. So a lot of the stuff that is maybe, less money up front or maybe even no money up front, indies will say yes to just because they want to take advantage of the opportunity. A lot of times major labels will just turn down syncs because it doesn't fit the direction they're going in at the moment or whatever. Music supervisors hate dealing with that, especially when they fall in love with a song and then they can't get it cleared by the label. It's kind of a heartbreaking moment. So indie artists, music supervisors know if they're going to indie artists or indie sync houses, they know that for the most part, they're going to say yes to whatever opportunity they bring to them, as long as it's fair and the deal terms are decent. So as an independent artist, how do you bundle all of these advantages you have into one package? Number one is make sure that your music is one stop or at least easy clear. Two, make sure that you have all the deliverables and meaning the stems, different versions. Make sure you have those on hand and ready to go because they will ask for them. Three, make sure that you respond quickly, same day if you can, hopefully within the same hour that you get an email from a music supervisor or an editor. Four, price your tracks intelligently, meaning make sure that you give these companies all-in rates that are affordable, but still fair to you and the other creators of the song. And five, build your relationships. Build your relationships with music supervisors, with sync agents, with music libraries. All of these people will be able to help you pitch your stuff and get your stuff placed over a major label artist song. So in summary, look, major labels aren't going anywhere. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm saying, though, is that you have more of an advantage now in 2025 than there ever has been in the history of sync. The sync world rewards speed, clarity, flexibility, and consistency. And these are all things that you can offer as an independent artist. If you got some value out of this video, please do me a favor and subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to be dropping videos pretty much daily on here. And please go ahead and leave a comment if you have any questions about sync. I will literally make a video about any questions that get dropped here in the comments. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right. Peace.